Hello everyone, it's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing fine on this beautiful Friday afternoon, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you're well. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and please don't forget to smash a like on the video. If you guys can kindly do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Does help with the algorithms, all the algorithms and stuff like that. You know, YouTube loves the algorithm and all that, guys. But let's get straight into it in regards to Manchester United, of course. Big news about Baleba coming up, guys. You know, what I would say about this is that I'm gonna stick by what I've always said. This is always gonna be notoriously a very difficult deal to do. Given the price tag that Brighton have placed on Baleba, it is a very difficult deal to do. And obviously getting it done in time before the window closes. But lo and behold, guys, in regards to Baleba, Baleba has apparently agreed to go to Manchester United, has agreed terms with Manchester United. Now, this has been happening quite a lot over the last few weeks. Manchester United agreeing terms with a player before they've agreed a deal with the club. This is very, very important, guys. Man United are doing things a different way. They're going for the player, then going after the club. I don't know whether this is tapping or, I don't know if this is tapping or something like that. It must be classed as tapping up or something. But Baleba has agreed terms with Manchester United. Terms have been agreed, and Baleba wants to go to Manchester United. Does that mean he's going to Man United? Absolutely not. Not yet. Anyway, Manchester United have to do the deal, of course, with, of course, Brighton. So that's going to be difficult to do, given his price tag. Obviously, we spoke yesterday about his price being about 19 million euros, and Manchester United are trying to reduce that to around 70 million euros, of course, guys. And do you know what I would say in regards to that? I would say that fantastic. Now, look, what I want to say, though, guys, is that we had the new unveiling of the new facility today, which was great. I'm going to get into that. But what I would say is that we have to keep our feet on the ground. We have to wait and see what happens. This is going to be a difficult deal to do. And we're gonna hope that, you know what, we get this deal done. Because for me, this is a game changer. This is where you separate the men from the boys. This is where it happens, guys. It would be great if we can get this player through the door, because this player is a generational player. It reminds me of a young Yaya Toure. I don't know how you feel about that comparison. Very big comparison, of course, because Yaya Toure was a fantastic player. But yeah, look, you know what I would say is that it's going to be difficult, but the noises coming from Baleba's side are very good. Of course, they're very good. Brighton have always been a selling club. They do sell a lot of players to Liverpool, by the way. They do sell a lot of players to Liverpool. But obviously that is something that is keeping us on the edge of our seat, because if we get this player, boy, oh boy, it's going to be peak next season, and it's going to be peak at the end of the day, guys. But yeah, look, Baleba to Manchester United is still a possibility. In my opinion, it's a tough one. It's a really tough one to do. I want to sign Baleba. I want Man United to go for it. I really do want Man United to do this deal. And if we manage to do this deal, look, guys, I'm not one of those people who flip-flop. I will praise whoever needs praising. But the overriding thing is that it's what Manchester United need. Most importantly, it's what Manchester United need. And that midfield needs to be sorted out, obviously. Just like the striker situation needs to be sorted out. Just like the goalkeeper situation needs to be sorted out. Now, speaking about the goalkeeper, guys, Donnarumma, of course, guys, he is going for 26 million pounds, guys, I believe it is. 26 million pounds for Donnarumma. What would you do in regards to that? Would you make that move for Donnarumma? 26 million pounds, guys. Or is it euros? But anyway, 26 million is not a lot of money, guys, for a goalkeeper of that ilk. Donnarumma is the kind of goalkeeper that can be between the sticks for the next 8 years. He will be an absolute game changer as well. So the likes of Baleba and Donnarumma, we bring those two in, it will be an absolute dream, wouldn't it? It will be an absolute dream. And we move on from there, guys. And hopefully next season, we do what Man United should be doing, challenging for titles, challenging for Champions League. Now, there's a little bit of confusion here. You know, Manchester United should be signing Donnarumma. They should be signing Baleba. They should be signing Mbeumo and Cunha and Sesko. They should be signing these type of players. That is what Manchester United is about. Manchester United accumulate money. Man United make money organically. This is why we needed a full sale. This is why we needed the Glazers out. Because without them, you know, what will happen? You know, Man United be extremely rich. And FFP and PSR wouldn't even be a thing. But bringing those players in anyway, of course, it's going to have to work. Of course, it's going to have to work. But you know what I would say? It's a good step in the right direction, isn't it? At the end of the day. But Donnarumma and Baleba, lots of positive noises going around. I really like the noises going around Man United at the moment. Lots of positive noises. Of course, we get a few plums, you know, who are going to be negative, who are going to spin things and you know what, be negative to other people and stuff like that. That's what they do. They're a problem in the fan base. That's how it is at the end of the day, guys. It absolutely is. But you can't help that, guys. But what I would say is that, you know, Baleba and Donnarumma are two players right there that will be the game changer. We've already got a couple of game-changing signings, don't get me wrong. But to complete the trio, completely complete it, we have to get those players in. It'd be absolutely brilliant, of course, guys. Moving on to Rasmus Hojlund. Rasmus Hojlund, of course, Manchester United have accepted a loan offer from AC Milan for Rasmus Hojlund, which will be a €5 million loan offer plus an obligation to buy of around €40 million. Now, this all depends on Rasmus Hojlund. Rasmus Hojlund has, of course, already clarified even today that he wants to stay at Manchester United and he wants to fight for his place. He's already clarified this. He's already said this. But Manchester United have accepted an offer for Rasmus Hojlund to go to AC Milan on a loan, $5 million plus an obligation to buy for $40 million. But we all know what happens with obligations to buy, don't we? We know what happens in that world, don't we? These obligations to buy, generally, you know what, you can pull out of it any time. And unless there's some kind of stipulation in the contract, you can pull out of that obligation to buy at any time. Absolutely. But you know what I would say? Fantastic news coming out. You know, I'm not one of those people who are going to criticize Rasmus Hojlund if he stays at the football club. There are many players at this football club that need to leave before Rasmus Hojlund, including Anthony Garnacho and Sancho, of course, who need to leave this football club before Rasmus Hojlund leaves this football club. But Rasmus Hojlund, I rate, and I want him to do well. And you know what? I want him to go to a football club like AC Milan. It'd be a great move for him. It'd be a great move for him. Get a few goals, get your name on the goal, get your name up in lights and qualify for the Denmark national team for the World Cup. That is what he needs. He needs that. He needs that change of environment. And who knows what's going to happen in the future. Maybe he might come back to Manchester United and he might, you know what, be a rejuvenated player, a completely new player, of course, guys. Now, if Rasmus Hojlund does stay at Man United, we support him with everything. We support him. That is what it's all about at the end of the day. We support. And that's how we should say, of course. We should be supporting our players, of course, guys. Big up everyone who is joining me in the stream. Absolute legend. Hope you're all doing well. Good to see everyone in the Z house, of course, in the house. Absolutely. Good to see everyone here. Big up Jamie, but welcome back, Jamie. Hope you're doing well. Sal, news coming out of Brighton that they're looking at Baleba replacement. If he's not for Sal, why are they looking at a replacement? Absolutely, Jamie. There we go. We want him. Oh my God, this could happen, guys. I mean, yeah, let's be calm, Jamie. Absolutely. Let's be calm. What I would say, Jamie, my old friend, is that, you know what? You have to read between the lines in football. You have to read in between the lines. Why would Brighton be looking for a replacement if they don't want to sell Baleba? Look, Baleba wants to go to Manchester United. And as we've always said, once the player commits himself to wanting to leave the football club, you know what's going to happen, don't you? The player usually wins. That's what happens, you know. Once he doesn't want to play for the football club, just like Garnacho doesn't want to play for Man United and Sancho doesn't want to play for Man United, seldom they leave the football club. And that is how it should be at the end of the day. Jamie, again, also, Sesko medical done with the first team. Absolutely, Sesko medical done, of course, guys. You know what? I had a few prats on Twitter today telling me about, because we unveiled this new Carrington. We unveiled this new Carrington, guys, and people were saying, I was wrong about Ineos. I was wrong about Glazers. My goodness me. I don't know where they've been sleeping for the last year. Do you know what I mean? How was I wrong that I wanted to full sell the Glazers out? How was I wrong? Man United should be making these moves. Man United would have been making these moves under Qatar. Isn't it those people who were slandering the country of Qatar? Wasn't it those same people who said Sheikh Jassim Hamid didn't exist? Wasn't it those same people? You know what I mean? That ignorant attitude, non-traveled attitude that it was at the end of the day. I mean, absolute prats, a lot of them. But it is what it is. You can't fix people, can you, at the end of the day? Yeah, nice facility. About time Man United got a new facility. The Glazers haven't done it for many, many years, of course. But what I would say, however, to bring it on a positive note, of course, guys, yeah, look, you know, what I would say is that the Baleba situation is one that is going to be, we're going to be hearing a lot about it over the next few weeks. It's one that's going to drag on, of course. We've only got until September the 1st. Let's not forget that. September the 1st is when the window closes. We're not going to get Baleba in January. I don't think we'll get him in January. If we're going to get Baleba, we'll get him at the end next year, because obviously the financial year, the fiscal year ends, of course. So Man United will get Baleba after the fiscal year, and Man United probably sign him next summer, guys, next summer. So that is a deal that we might do next summer. As I've already said on this channel for a couple of weeks now, Man United are admirers of Baleba, but Man United won't go in for him because of he's expensive and they're worried about the price tag. However, if Man United do manage to sign Garnacho and get rid of Garnacho and Sancho and Anthony, who knows what can happen. Hey, big up 007. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. I would have liked to own the state. I still got a lot of confidence in the boy. Big up 007. I respect you, my friend. I respect your opinion. And I kind of agree with that. At the end of the day, I feel sorry for the lad. But, if he's not going to play a lot of football, considering that if Sesko's going to be fit for 99% of the season, let's hope so, fingers crossed. It would be beneficial for him to go on loan to an AC Milan, who's a great club. That's a great club to go to. Go there, score goals, absolutely smash it, come back to Man United. That could possibly happen as well, of course, guys, unless they take up the obligation, of course, My feeling is this: if he went to AC Milan, I think he's going to smash a few goals in, definitely going to smash a few goals in, and you will see a very, very different player, different Højlund, of course, come next year. I really do hope so. But he can either do that or he can dig his heels in and he can say, I want to stay at Manchester United. I want to fight for my place. And then who can say anything other? Who can criticize the lad for saying that? Who can criticize the lad for wanting to stay at the football club? You can't. Hello, big up, Kevin. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. Hi, Sal. Great news on Baleba. How much would it cost, bro? Big up, Donovan. Of course, this is where the difficult thing happens. Agreeing terms, agreeing to sign the player, between the player, is not the hard bit. The hard bit is the thing that happens with Brighton, the Skrilla, the cash, of course. That is the hard bit, of course. Brighton has slapped a €100 million price tag on Baleba at the moment. Man United are not going to pay that. Rumour is the feeling that Manchester United could possibly get a deal done for about 85 million euros, which is a lot of money. Even I know that Man United are going to have to sell players to get that deal over the line. That's a lot of money. Man United are looking more in the region of 70 million euros, which I don't think Brighton will accept, although I do feel that their valuation is way extortionate, and I feel that they should reduce that a little bit, because it's not only unfair on Man United, it's also unfair on Baleba as well, because that he shouldn't be having a price tag like that, after one good season at Brighton. Alexander Park, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. You think we'll get him? Love your show. Good, you're a good man. Thank you, Alexander Park. Really appreciate you, my friend. Really do. I think myself, can I be honest with you guys? I'm 50-50 at the moment, probably 60-40 in regards to him not coming. The reason is because of his price. I think it's going to be extremely difficult to do this deal. Although we need this deal, I think it will be extremely difficult. I think we got more chance in signing Donnarumma than signing Baleba. That's what I would say. And, that's not far-fetched, because obviously Donnarumma has spoken about Man United, saying that he admires Man United. He's a heritage club and stuff like that. So, obviously, that what I would say is that, I'm a bit 40-60 at the moment. 40-60 in regards to him not signing for Manchester United at the end of the day. Absolutely. Alexander Park, we will be top 5. Happy days. Big up Alexander Park. Hopefully one day we'll be start challenging for the league. That's because ultimately that's what Manchester United need to do. Ultimately, that's the bread and butter. Manchester United need to be challenging for league titles. That's what we need to do, of course. Alexander, Newcastle, we would get a striker, just rub 2 sticks together. Absolutely. Big up Alexander Park. Big up my friend. Jamie, I think we get him. Big up, Jamie. I love your optimism, my guy. I hope you're well, of course. Jamie, you look, are you okay? Big up, Jamie. Big up everyone, of course. Good to see everyone in the house, of course. Good, of course, today. And big up, Albie. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. Hi, mate. What a week for United. What a week. It's been an absolute madness of a week. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, look, you know what? Seeing what's going on in regards to the infrastructure, it's all positive in regards to Sesko coming to Manchester United. And by the way, Benjamin Sesko has completed his medical at Manchester United and will put pen to paper on a contract to sign for Manchester United. As I said yesterday, he will be unveiled at the game tomorrow against Fiorentina, which I will be here live, guys, for the watch along. So don't forget to join me for that. He will be unveiled to the audience, the fans of Manchester United, the great fans of Man United at Old Trafford on Saturday, guys. Looking forward to that. Really am, of course. Really am looking forward to that game. And you know what? Hopefully, fingers crossed, we might see Sesko at the Arsenal game. Because that is what we need. Sesko versus Gyökeres. I can't wait for it. That will be absolutely good. But what I would say is that my realistic opinion is that it will be a bench thing with Sesko against Arsenal because of the lack of match fitness, because he hasn't been in training long, and because he hasn't been integrated into the team. However, guys, you never know what happens in football. You never know with Ruben Amorim. He might just play him. And if he does, that would be absolutely brilliant. Big up, Stephen. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Is United really getting him? Look, Man United are very interested in Baleba. Man United have inquired about Baleba, are huge admirers of Baleba. As I said, I'm 40-60. I'm a little bit conflicted as to if we will get him. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but as we know, as days go by, things change, don't they? I think a lot of fans have got ahead of themselves, and fair enough they have, because everyone we've gone in for so far this summer, we've got, haven't we? Generally, apart from Gyökeres. Of course, so everyone we've gone for, well, we didn't really go in for Gyökeres, did we? But yeah, everything we've gone in for so far, we've got, but generally got everyone we bid for. So everyone's getting a little bit confident. Of course, we're in that little bit of momentum, that confidence that we're going to get this one over the line. Look, as I said, and I stress, I've said it for a couple of weeks now, Baleba is a target. Baleba's difficult to do because of Brighton and Hove Albion's price tag on Baleba. And I did say it a couple of weeks ago, they're going to absolutely price us out the market. They're going to slap a 90 million price tag on him, and we won't go anywhere near him. And that's the thing. Man United will pay up to 70 million for Baleba. Brighton would do a deal about 80, 85, I think. I think that's what it's going to be. So this, again, is going to be a structured deal, a deal that is going to be in installments. That's what it's going to be. Absolutely. Thank God it's Friday. Big up, Kenny. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you. Big up, Sanjay. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you as well, my friend. Good to see you, of course. Jamie, Brighton is looking for a replacement for him as well. Absolutely. Big up, Jamie. Kay, hello, everybody. Big up, Kay. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing. We are big. Come on, Jamie. Jamie, do you remember a couple of weeks ago when you were very down? You were very down and angry about what's going on. Look, I'm not saying that you were wrong then, but I did say that it will get better, didn't I? And it is getting better, right? We're nowhere near where we need to be. I know that we're nowhere near where we need to be. Man United need a lot more, and Man United should be signing these players, and Man United should be, attracting the top names, of course. But obviously, it is a lot better than it was a month ago, isn't it? It was very bad a month ago, and I'm glad that is. There's a little bit of element of positivity going around. There's a lot of that, which is great. Jacob, Chelsea have agreed to sign Garnacho in January for 60 million. Have they? Have they agreed to sign him in January for 60 million? I don't know. I haven't heard that. Garnacho, Chelsea, big up, my friend, big up. If Brighton is looking for a replacement, does that mean he's leaving? Stephen, it gives you a clue, doesn't it, brother? It gives you a clue. It gives you a clue that why would they be looking for a replacement if they're not going to sell Baleba? It does beg the question, doesn't it, at the end of the day? I don't think they'd be looking for a replacement for Baleba. I would say that. I don't think they would. But then again, you could argue that they might be looking for a player to fix the squad. But it does give you a little bit of a clue, doesn't it, in regards to why they're doing that at this moment in time. At this moment in time, as Gary Neville says, why are they doing it at this moment in time? And that is what I want to. That's what I want to understand. I'm trying to understand that, because at the end of the day, if they're not selling him, then what is that? Now, look, guys, I don't want us to read in between the lines too much. Of course, you can drive yourself mad. Let's just see what happens. Let's play this by ear. The fact is that Baleba wants to sign for Manchester United. He's spoken to Manchester United. He's agreed to Manchester United's terms. It depends on what Manchester United do now. And the fact that we're getting noises about AC Milan and Rasmus Hojlund also adds weight to this narrative. It also adds weight to this narrative. The fact that, Rasmus Hojlund out is coming to the fore, of course. Ahmed, big up, Ahmed, how you doing? For this to happen, for 70 million, we need Baleba to throw his toys at the pram, which I don't think he will. I don't think he will, to be honest with you. Mbumo could have done that as well, Ahmed, isn't it? When Mbumo wanted to leave Brentford, and fair play to him. It depends on the culture. It depends on the guy himself. It depends on the way he's, his mentality, so to speak. It depends how he's been raised, in regards to that. If he throws his rattles at his pram, or he's going to show a little bit of respect, which Mbumo showed a lot of respect, of course, to Brentford. And even though Mbumo was desperate to leave, you know what? He didn't throw his rattles at his pram, did he? Although he did come out and say, I want to go to Man United. That's where I want to go. And it's just like that, of course. Absolutely. Big up. Chinsu, good afternoon. How you doing, my friend? If he pushes Brighton to sell into Man United, they reduce the £104 million to £80 million. Pound, I don't think it's pound. I think it's euros, Tinsel. 104 million would be about £120 million. I don't think it's going to be worth that much. Of course, I think it is in euros. So about 85 million euros is the price tag at the moment. But if we wait to sign Baleba and we wait until next season to sign Baleba, look, guys, you know what? We might miss out on Baleba. Baleba might have a fantastic season. And Liverpool and Arsenal and Chelsea and Man City might steal a march on us. You know, you don't know how well we're going to do next season. We might absolutely smash it, get into the Champions League, and that'd be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? But you know what? I think if you're going to do deals like this, guys, if you're going to do deals like this, you've got to get them done quickly because they are good players, great players, and you snooze, you lose in this game, isn't it, at the end of the day? Big up SLD, how you doing, my friend? Baby Yaya Toure, don't get me excited. So this is exactly what I said. He reminds me of Yaya Toure, SLD. And that is a massive compliment. And the way he gets that ball from deep and brings that ball forward with power, I like this type of player. So, you know, it's the type of player that Manchester United have missed for a very, very long time. And when you look at Man United's problems, especially over the last number of years, you look at we're weak. We're not big. We're not a big team. We're a small team. We have like Maguire probably, and that's about it. But we are a small team. No, we are generally, ain't we? And we're quite weak. To have someone like Baleba in there, a monster. Then we got Mbumo. Then we got Cunha. And we got Sesko up front. These are big lads. These are big. And you know what? This can only help Manchester United at the end of the day. I can see Sesko scoring against Arsenal. I've got this feeling in my head that he's going to score against Arsenal, of course. Kenny. Big up, Kenny. No way gone off for 60 million. I don't think so. I don't think, not yet. He is worth that, by the way. I'm not saying he is, but the problem was what's happened with obviously Garnacho is the fact that he himself has placed toxicity around his name. The negativity around Garnacho, of course, has harmed his price, in my opinion. It's harmed his price. And people look at that as well and think, look, United are desperate to sell Garnacho. United will accept anything. And this is the problem, isn't it? Man United have put a 50 million a price tag on Garnacho, which is about 58 million euros. Guys, Man United want to get deals done quickly. Man United want to get Baleba. They're going to have to take what they have to take, and they're going to have to move on. The great thing about Garnacho is that the fact that we're going to get full profit on Garnacho. Full profit. Absolutely. Jamie, transforms this building. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Ahmed. Would Donnarumma choose United? Yeah, why not? We're Manchester United at the end of the day. I know that gets thrown around a little bit loosely, but we are Manchester United at the end of the day. Donnarumma to Manchester United is a thing, you know, guys. And, you know, I would say don't rule it out. You know what I would say, guys? You know exactly what I'm going to say, don't you? You know what I'm going to say about this, guys. And I would say this about Donnarumma and every player that potentially signs for Man United.
Don't underestimate Manchester United.
Do not underestimate Manchester United, what we're doing at the moment. Don't underestimate us, absolutely. Manchester United will always be Manchester United at the end of the day. Stephen, Jamie Wayne, I hope it happens, absolutely. Bring me Donna, unlucky Onana. Look, it does, obviously, the Donnarumma situation does obviously depend on Onana. It depends on Onana because Onana is a number one. He's a first-team player at the moment. So Manchester United, it doesn't make business sense. It's not viable to have Onana and Donnarumma or Onana and Emi Martinez. The only way this could possibly work is if Manchester United signed a Senny Lamens. For example, Senny Lamens is a young goalkeeper. He's got a lot to learn, and he could slowly drift Onana out the team as Onana gets older. However, I'm thinking that this deal with Donnarumma and Onana, I don't think it's going to happen. The only way it's going to happen is if it drags on until probably the last day of the pre-season of the transfer window, in my opinion. I would say, you know, I think the goalkeeper is the last thing that they're looking to fix. Unfortunately, I do think we need a new goalkeeper. I really do think we need a new goalkeeper. I think it's very important that we do. But can we make do with Onana for now? Can we keep Onana in a team for now? Can we just make do with that as we go on, of course? Tinsel. If we get Baleba, the open roof will close. Absolutely. Big up, Tinsel. Collab, so what's going on? Problem with Donnarumma is his wages. Yes, that is very important as well, Collab. Of course, if Donnarumma is going to come to Manchester United, of course, he's going to want an astronomical amount of wages, isn't he? But then again, you think about the amount of wages that Manchester United has saved at the moment in regards to Marcus Rashford. We saved 300,000 on Rashford. If we get rid of Anthony, if we get rid of Sancho, we're going to be saving a lot of money, isn't it, Caleb? We're going to be saving a lot of money. At the end of the day, look, PSG are a great club. Let me just say that. PSG are a great club, but PSG are not an elite club. They're a good football team, right? PSG have never been in the category of a Manchester United, a Real Madrid, or a Barcelona. They may well be in the future, but they went 20 years without winning the title, and they were never France's biggest club. You know what I mean? At the end, it was always Lyon or Marseille or something like that. They were never that. So obviously what Donnarumma's looking at is thinking, I've achieved everything I need to achieve at PSG. Maybe a new challenge will be good for me. Going to the Premier League, for example, will be good for me, of course. So going to Man United is not in the realms of impossibility. It could happen. It could happen. And obviously the key is that Manchester United are interested in Donnarumma. Manchester United are interested in Baleba. Manchester United are interested in both. And also, another thing is, a chink in their armor is that they both want to sign for Manchester United. They're both open to the idea of signing for Manchester United. And why not? You look at Manchester United at the moment, you look who we're signing, you look at the players that we're bringing in. We are making headways. We are making airways. We are making noise all around the football world, guys, at the moment, what Man United are doing right now. People are waking up to Man United. We are the sleeping giant, of course, guys, but let's see what happens. Let's play this by ear. Day by day, we're going to hear more and more information about players that could quite possibly come to Manchester United. Now, it begs the question, and I think someone gave me a question earlier on in Breaking Dawn. Someone said, if Man United qualify for the Champions League, what would have happened? Oh, goodness me. Obrigado, Ronaldo. Big up, ciao. Yeah, obrigado, Ronaldo. That's what obrigado is thank you in Portuguese. Those who don't know, they know. But they should call the new training facility, ciao, obrigado, Ronaldo. But Man United should have the best in class. Man United should have, guys. By the way, a tweet just to confirm what I'm saying, guys. Just to confirm what I'm saying, just to give you evidence. Fabrizio Romano has just tweeted, Manchester United have definitely opened doors to a loan move for Rasmus Hojlund as revealed. There you go, guys. Thank you very much. They've opened doors and AC Milan are interested in bringing Rasmus Hojlund through the door, of course, on loan with an obligation to buy for around 50 million, guys. So, there we go. Lovely. Happy day. Jacob, big up everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Big up, Jacob. Hope you're well. Bless, my brother. Absolutely. Retro, good to see you, mate. Hi, chat. Are you ready for happy days? I'm ready. I mean, it's been a long time, hasn't it, Retro? At the end of the day, I am ready for happy days. I am ready for some positivity. I think I need that, guys. You know what? I've had to deal with so much negativity over this year. And guys who don't watch this channel, guys, people who don't watch Stretford Post, I've continuously tried my best to be positive. And people know that. I tried my best. Even last season, I've never thrown the manager under the bus. Not once I've thrown the manager under the bus, just like I didn't throw Eric Ten Hag under the bus. But what I would say is this, right? We're all geniuses in hindsight, right? We're all geniuses in hindsight. And I want people to remember that, right? Let's hope that Man United become successful. Let's hope Man United get where we need to go. Let's hope that Man United become the powerhouse that I know Man United can become, that I've seen in my life. I've seen us become the best team in the world. Let's hope that comes to fruition, of course. Absolutely. Big up everyone, of course, in the chat. Big up joining Stretford Chatterbox today. Hey, what's going on, my brother Hell Junior? What's going on, my friend? I've seen the Ratcliffe speech probably 30 times too many. Your impersonation is far too close. Fell off my chair. He said, when Manchester United is like a Coca-Cola. I fell off my chair as well. Why is he mentioning Coca-Cola? He looks a bit nervous. Oh, well, at the end of the day, Manchester United is like a can of Coca-Cola. Once you drink your Coca-Cola, there's nothing left. And by December, there'll be an empty can of Coca-Cola. And that's the problem. We don't want normal cans of Coca-Cola. Absolutely not. That's why we have to go to Coca-Cola Zero. We have to remove all the sugar. That's what we have to do. Absolutely. Big up. Big up, Helge. Good to see you, mate. Absolutely. Big up, Jamie. Indeed, don't do this to me. Indeed, big up, my friend. Big up. Baleba, Sal, that not going to happen. United going to Chelsea or Southampton. Come on, mate. Come on, Jacob. Don't be negative at the Absolutely. What does Indy know? Indy. Let me tell you something about Indy, Jamie. Indy repeated something that Ben Jacobs said 2 weeks ago. He repeated something that Ben Jacobs said 2 weeks ago, and I approve it. And you know what? He's getting the accolades for that. You know, my goodness me. Mona, good afternoon. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. Man United on a comeback. Come on, let's do this. We have to be, don't we? We have to be at the end of the day, guys. Absolutely. Let me just say something, guys. I never reject my guy, Grayo, of course. Let me have a look. Man United's outright to win the people are putting bets on Man United winning the title. Guys, are you ready? Are you in that position to bet that Man United are going to win the title? Title charge? Absolutely not. I don't think so. Absolutely not. Title charge. Guys, funny, isn't it? Funny. Caleb, I'd rather we focus more on getting Sancho and Anthony out than Rasmus. I agree with that. He can be an excellent backup number 9. Caleb, great comment. I absolutely agree with that. There's far more pressing issues at Man United than Rasmus Hojlund. And whatever people think about Rasmus Hojlund always gives 100%. Rasmus Hojlund is not toxic. Rasmus Hojlund will always give his all for the club, and he's always available. Most important, he's available. The best form of ability is availability, and Rasmus Hojlund is always available, guys. And that is what the most important thing is here. Absolutely. And players like Sancho, players like Anthony, players like Garnacho who don't want to be at this football club need to be gone before Rasmus. I absolutely agree with that, Caleb. Big up yourself. Absolutely. We do more and more to get Baleba this season. If Man United get Baleba, it is a game changer for me. It's a game changer for me. I think Man United will move completely. Signing Baleba is a bit like coming from 10th to 5th to 4th to 3rd. Absolutely. And maybe more. Who knows, of course. Big up, Gray. I just read your odds, my friend. Afternoon, fella. Hope you're doing well. If we get Baleba and Don, then we will be awesome. Feeling very positive at the moment. Please, everyone, you smash the like button and subscribe button. Thank you, Gray. You legend. Much love, brother. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is good with you, Honey Bun, and everyone, of course, guys. I hope you're doing well, my brother, and hope everything is good with you. Thank you for your text. I've just seen it, mate. I've just been scrolling through. I mean, you know what I mean? And thank you so much, my brother. I mean, are you going to put a bet on Man United winning the league? Would you put a cheeky tenner on that, Grayo? You know what I mean? But let's wait and see, of course. In my good guy, Radcliffe, a speech comparing Manchester United with Coca-Cola. Honestly, me, my day, that shit was hilarious. Sal could have made it up, but it was real. Oh, at the end of the day, you know, Coca-Cola, I generally was a Pepsi man myself because they're blue, a bit like Chelsea. I like blue because Pepsi is blue. But you know what? Sometimes you have to take a Coca-Cola when there's no Pepsi around. You just have to sign for the Coca-Cola, don't you? Just buy a can of Coca-Cola. You know what? It's just as nice, a little bit more refreshing, maybe a little bit more sweeter. I don't know. It depends on your preference at the end of the day. But I am a Pepsi man. I do like Chelsea. I am a Pepsi man. So, you know what? Coca-Cola's quite new for me. My goodness me. It's a bit new for me. Feels like I'm drinking a Jack Daniels. Oh, I did have one too many last night. A few Jack Daniels last night. Sorry, Jim. We have to do that, of course. Man United midfield need transformation this season. I agree, Ton. Stinsel, my friend. Big up, my friend. Next summer, there will be other suitors for Baleba. Let's get the deal done now. Ahmed, I agree with you, my man. I think you snooze, you lose in football. You can't rest on your laurels on football. In football, you've got to take the opportunity when it's there, when it's put in front of you. Take it. Grab it with both hands. That's what you need to do, guys. Absolutely. Nietzsche, good afternoon. How you doing, my friend? We're getting him. Come on, Nietzsche. Love the positivity, my guy. Hope you're doing well. Of course. Kenny. Garnacho fees can fund Baleba, I believe, still. Absolutely. Big up, Randy, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, of course. Big up, Randy. United can't start the season with that midfield. Lee's wowed it in pre-season. Absolutely. That game, though, I mean, I was doing a watch-along for that game, Stephen. That game was very odd for me. I don't think we had the balance. I feel the game against Bournemouth, I feel like we had more balance in our team. I felt that midfield of Ugarte and Mainu with Dorgu on the left, of course, Ahmed on the right. I think that there is what we need to do to maintain the balance. You know, I don't think we had the balance against Leeds. And that is very important, of course, Stephen, absolutely. Baleba is coming, says Randy. Come on, Randy. Rodin, good afternoon. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope we can get Sal's meanwhile. Time to get rid of Garnacho, Sancho, and Anthony and Malacia. What's happened to Malacia, Ronin? I haven't heard about Malacia. What's a Malacia? I haven't heard from him for ages, man. I mean, goodness me. Mention his name twice today. That's a coincidence. Reduced wages can help us get two more players. Absolutely. Good. Yeah. can help us get Baleba, and it can help us get Donnarumma. Absolutely, spot on. We can. And especially the way Man United are doing deals at the moment. They're dragging deals out over a period of time, 20 million every season stuff, you know. Good afternoon, Natty. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. So I do not think we have to take a risk waiting for selling players. Natty, it depends, isn't it, on Manchester United. If Man United go over the FFP and PSR threshold, Man United can risk a fine. Man United can risk a points deduction. Are Man United going to do that? You know, if we go over, we've already gone over 200 million, I think, at the moment. So we've got 250 million threshold to spend in the FFP and PSR. So let's see what happens, of course. Hopefully we'll get some news about Garnacho. I do believe there will be a here we go with Garnacho very, very soon. I think he'll be the next one. I think it'll be the next here we go. Happy birthday to you, Dad, yesterday, Sal. I hope you had a great day. Oh, thank you, Jacob. Yeah, thank you so much, my guy. Yeah, thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. Thank you for remembering, Jacob. You absolute legend. Big up yourself. Thank you for joining Stretford Post, as usual, my guy. Much love to you. Baleba only, big up, Randy. Big up, Randy. Good to see Randy in the house. If we don't get him now, we won't get him. Look, what I would say, Nietzsche, and this is, look, I like to look at things objectively, right? And I like to bring in different scenarios, right? You know that Baleba has had a good season last season. He had a great season last season, and he was relatively good at Lille as well, right? But what we look at, he had one good season in the Premier League. If he has a poor season next season, what happens to Baleba? Of course, you remember when we were talking about Ferguson? Isn't it Ferguson who used to play for Brighton, and they were comparing him to Wayne Rooney and that? And I used to say, don't get carried away. Don't get carried away. But they were doing it anyway. They were comparing him to Wayne Rooney and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, let's wait and see. I don't think that, by the way, Nietzsche. I'm just saying, I'm giving you a scenario. I'm playing devil's advocate a little bit. I'm giving you this a scenario. But I do agree with you, Nietzsche. I absolutely concur with this. Manchester United need to sign Baleba this summer. Otherwise, you never know what can happen next season. His price is already astronomical. He's already got a high price. Now, Liverpool will come sniffing around. Man City are sniffing around right now, guys. Right this moment, Man City are sniffing around. So we got to act quickly if we're going to sign Baleba. Absolutely, Nietzsche, my friend. Big up, my friend. Big up, Nietzsche, you legend. Thank you so much, mate. Sal, did you see Carrington? It is very good. Carrington's very good, and this is exactly what we're talking about. Thank you, Cristiano Ronaldo, for pointing out Carrington, of course, guys. He did mention it a few years ago, didn't he? But yeah, it's great for Man United to have great facilities. Now, let's have a great football team. That's what I would say. Now, we got great facilities. Now it's about time Manchester United had a great football team. Absolutely. Chow, why we go for Brighton scout and recruitment team? Chow, you know what? It's a good point. Because we got our own recruitment team. We got a new recruitment team in there. But I do believe Brighton's recruitment team is absolutely phenomenal. Chow, Manchester United were interested in Baleba before he went to Brighton, by the way. We just didn't make the move. And that's the thing. This is the thing with Man United. We generally miss out on players because we don't make that move. It's a bit like what I said about Richard Rios a few weeks ago. Richard Rios going to Benfica. Richard Rios went to Benfica for around 25 million euros, guys. So now, in a couple of years, Richard Rios might go to whatever club, PSG, any other club in the Premier League, for around 60 million. You know, you have to cut out that middleman. And this is something that Man United have had a problem with over the years. Hopefully it improves, but again, you know, their recruitment team is phenomenal. I have to admit, Brighton's recruitment team is phenomenal, and I would love a Brighton's recruitment team, but I don't think they're going to get rid of their recruitment team to Manchester United, of course. They're the biggest long-kept secret, of course. Needs, I'm 100% on coming. If we get him, the Nottingham Officer are completely neutered. At the end of the day, look, you know what? I wouldn't say, you know, I want to know your opinions on this, guys. A lot of people are getting very self-righteous in regards to Ineos and the Glazers, saying that, you know what, I was wrong, and you were wrong, and you were wrong. You shouldn't have said that. You done this. You posted this. Look, at the end of the day, I stick by my guns. I am not changing how I feel. Jim Ratcliffe got in the way of a full sale. Jim Ratcliffe got in the way and facilitated the Glazers. That will always be the case, right? Manchester United should be building a new Carrington. And this was the agreement in the actual deal with the Glazers, that they would do that because the Glazers knew it had to be done and they couldn't afford that regeneration thing. Okay. So what I would say is that Jim Ratcliffe facilitated the Glazers. I don't hate Jim Ratcliffe. I never hated Jim Ratcliffe. I just felt that there should be a full sale. Man United need a full sale. Man United need debt cleared. Jim Ratcliffe is not spending his own money. He's spending Manchester United money. Yes, we got Barada and Vavell and Wilcox. These are good appointments, and I applaud them for that. But that's not to say if Qatar came to this football cup, if Apple came into this football cup, if Amazon came to this football cup, they wouldn't have done the same. This is what I'm trying to say at the end of the day. Absolutely. Caleb, can't we negotiate payment in installments for Baleba for the way? Yes, I think that's what we're going to do, Caleb. I think that's the way forward for Manchester United. I don't think we're going to be going anywhere near big, huge fees paid up front anymore. And that is something that a full sale would have done. Now, I want you to remember this, guys, and I want you to remember this next year, okay? Next year, Manchester United will have a number of transfers that need paying off. They're still going to be paying installments. So don't be surprised if Man United won't be able to afford certain players next year because we have these payment plans, in place. It's going to be difficult. I want us to remember this, guys. I want us to remember this because this could quite possibly be a thing next year, of course, and an excuse. Randy, Baleba is earning 12K a week at Brentford, is robbing or exploits the boy. I mean, 12K, imagine, I would love to have 12K a week, Randy, to be honest with you guys, but I understand what you mean. I do understand what you mean in regards to, 12K in this day and age is ridiculous, isn't it, at the end of it? It really is ridiculous. 12K in this day and age. It should be on 100K, didn't it? Innit, guys? Absolutely. It should be. Absolutely. Homegrown LA, good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're good. If we wait until next year to sign Baleba, we'll be forcing much more competition to sign him. Absolutely. And not just him, other Premier League teams. We should do everything now to get him. Not only Premier League teams home design LA. Big up, by the way. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. Not only him, by the way, not only Premier League teams, by the way, but also teams around Europe, Real Madrid, the Barcelonas, the PSGs are going to come calling. So you know what we got to do, isn't it? We got to make the move. We got to take the risk and just get it through the door. Absolutely brilliant. And I think we'll be good. Good evening, VJ. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. Live from London, my hometown. Haven't been back in a long time, of course. I'm from the East End. Big up, VJ. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you again. Hi, Stephanie. Big up everyone in the house. Big up everyone, of course. Big up Stephanie. If she is in the house, I don't know if she's. Big up VJ. How are you, man? Big up VJ, of course. Natty. Sal, why did I not ask them about Baleba months ago? Because Man United had priorities, Natty. Man United wanted to get the Mbumo deal through the door. Man United wanted to fix the attack. And obviously, they're very busy doing that. This is a criticism. This is a criticism that we have brought forward many times, Natty, in regards to Manchester United. Manchester United seem incapable of doing 2 deals at a time. They're just about to do 1 deal at a time. So Manchester United are incapable of doing 2 deals at a time. So what Man United looked at is what we all looked at, is that the overriding problem at the football club was scoring goals. It was scoring goals. That's the problem in the football club, and to be honest with you, we had to fix that first because football goals win games at the end of the day, isn't it? Big up, Natty, my friend. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Great, 131 likes. So please, everyone, smash the likes and subscribe and show your appreciation. Sound a bit. Ciao. Thank you so much, Gray. You absolute legend. Big up yourself. VJ, let's not get carried away. No, big up. No, we're not going to get carried away. I don't say that. That is how I led the show. VJ, we keep our feet on the ground. Let's see what happens. It's a very difficult deal to do. But what will Manchester United's backup plan be? Man United, backup plan B. Plan B, of course. Basically, who will it be? Obviously, we're talking about Angelo Stiller earlier on in the show. Of course, that's a big one. Of course, that's an important one as well. Angelo Stiller. Very good player, German international, could be the backup option for Man United if Man United fail to get Baleba this summer. Of course, Angelo Stiller will represent a much cheaper option. The Stuttgart player, of course, has been on Manchester United's radar for quite a while. I mentioned Stiller way back, nearly 6 months ago. I think I mentioned Stiller on this channel. And Manchester United are aware of Stiller. If Man United don't manage to sign their target, which is Baleba, Stiller is an option. And then we go down into Javi Guerra and players like that, who Man United could quite possibly make a move for. Absolutely. Natty, Sal, giving Donnarumma a hefty contract, is it good? Yeah, I think if you're going to give anyone a hefty contract, give the goalkeeper a hefty contract. Give the goalkeeper, because the goalkeeper is so important. I cannot stress how important the goalkeeper is. I know a goalkeeper gets slandered. A goalkeeper will always be slandered because people look at the goalkeeper and think, he's just a guy to stop balls going into the back of the net. It's a bit like what Roy Keane says, isn't it? When Roy Keane says, well, it's his job. It's his job. It's his job. Keep the ball at the back of the net. And that's what he does. And that's what people think about a goalkeeper. Nah, Peter Schmeichel didn't just keep balls at the back of the net. Peter Schmeichel won us football matches. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And I think if you've got a good goalkeeper, a competent goalkeeper between the sticks, that can be between the sticks for the next 8 years, there is no substitute for that. It adds an element of of peace to the team, of relaxation, not relaxation, but calmness to the team. I would say that, of course. Randy, after Baleba, is Lemons or Donnarumma? Absolutely. Come on, Randy. Big up, Rand, my friend. Hope you're well, of course. Natty, Sal, is it true City wanted Baleba? City are aware of Baleba, but Manchester City spent a lot of money over this last 6 months. Man City have spent more than everyone over this. I mean, apart from Liverpool, Man City have spent around 400 million since January, so I don't think they'll be going after another 80, 90 million before they sign players. They are trying to offload some players. You've seen now, just today as well, they are trying to sell some players. They're trying to sell Grealish, of course, as well. Grealish could quite possibly go to Everton and things like that. So they are trying to make money back so they can bring some players in. We can't let Manchester City sign Baleba. Absolutely not. Before Man City signed Rodri, Manchester United were interested in Rodri, and we waited and waited and waited, and we didn't get Rodri. We have to go for it. Paul, we're going to get any target that we go for. I'm confident about it. Come on, Paul. Love the confidence, my friend. Big up, Coco. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, my guy. Hope you're blessed. Of course. Big up everyone in this chat. Natty. Sal, how much money is fair for Garnacho? For me, can I be honest with you? Totally honest with you guys. 65, 75. It should be for Garnacho. Puskas winner. Top 5 young players in the world, and won a Copa America with Copa Libertadores with Argentina, of course. Now, I know that's unrealistic at the moment, given the way that things have gone with Garnacho. You have to look at things in context, don't you? Given the Europa League final, after Europa League final, what he did, the tweet from Fabrizio Romano, liking the tweet. People know, football clubs know that we need to get rid of Garnacho. So Man United are in no place at the moment to be placing hefty price tags on him. It was very ill-disciplined. It was very immature from Garnacho, and it did harm himself, and he harmed Manchester United in the process of doing that. And this is the culture that I'm talking about. This is the culture that needs to change from this football club. Absolutely. Nietzsche, big up, my friend. Big up, Nietzsche. Kevin, Alexandre are getting 60 million Chelsea. Is that true? We're going to get about 58 million euros. 58 million euros. Manchester United put a 50 million euro price tag on Garnacho, I believe. 50 million euros. I think it is euros anyway, but that's it. Let me have a check. My guy, Asif, of course, has just told me to check Fabrizio Romano's tweet. Let me have a look. Let me have a look, guys. Let's have a look at this. That's from 8 hours ago. Mawani's going to club out to talk to Mawani, and he still will be at Juventus next season. I mean, the Højlund one I've mentioned earlier on the show. I mentioned it earlier on in the show, of course. I know about that. United won a loan fee about £5 million, which is about 6 million euros. Absolutely. I got that right. Of course, yeah. And the only other thing there is Alejandro Garnacho has agreed to go to Chelsea, which I knew about this morning, of course. Big up Asif, by the way. Big up. Big up, Tybo. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. A bit late. Good afternoon, you guys. Did I miss something? Absolutely not, mate. We're just talking about Baleba, of course, Tyborg, of course. And obviously, we're talking about Angelo Stiller. Tyborg, you might know a lot about Angelo Stiller, of course, as a backup option for Baleba if Man United don't manage to get Baleba through the door. But Brighton, again, have slapped a 100 million euro price tag on Baleba. So, how much can Man United get Baleba for? You're looking about 75 to 85 million euros, guys. So Man United might be able to do a deal for about 75 million plus 10 million in incentives. It's still a lot of money. Man United need to offload some players. Man United need to sell some players, don't they? Absolutely. Big up Ty Bob, by the way. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again, my legend, of course. Gosh, the past goes so quickly, Sal, isn't it? I remember Yaya Toure at Man City, and he's called Brother Colo Toure at Man City. Time goes so quick. I'd done a music video back in 2014. It was for the World Cup. It's called Live and Kicking. Go and check it out. REDZZ, Live and Kicking, guys. An absolute brilliant, guys. I had Yaya Toure in the video. Guys. But you guys, look, go and check it out anyway. Let me send you the link, guys, because I directed this video, and this is my brother rapping, by the way, guys. But have a look. I'm gonna send you the link now. Let's have a look at this. Right, I'm going to send you the link now. Here we go. Right, let's send you the link now, guys. Absolutely going to give it. Referral link. No, we're going to put it here. I'll put it here. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'll put it here. There you go. Right, who's next? Who's the next on the comments? Let me have a look. Big up, Bobby. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you. Big up, Jacob, again. Much love to Jacob. Big up, Tyler. Big up, everyone. Family in the house. We've got family in the house. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Guys, absolutely. Stanley Matthews, what's going on? What a name. Love that name. How much would the salary demand of Donnarumma on his way? About 300,000. I would have thought Stanley to come to Manchester United. But would you pay that much money? Look, let me correct this. Donnarumma would require around 180,000 a week. 180,000 a week. With clean sheet bonuses and incentive, it probably reach about 300,000, but that is with clean sheet bonuses and incentives. So 180,000 a week would be the starting rate, but then it obviously goes on from there, of course. Absolutely. Big up, Stanley. Big up, Coco, my friend. Big up. I hope everyone is doing well. I know everyone is blessed, of course, guys. Absolutely. Bobby, who's going to be our big transfer deadline day deal? You know what I think, Bobby? Look, guys, I'm going to give my prediction. The deadline day signing today, if we get one. The deadline signing, I'm going to say that Manchester United are going to sign on deadline day 2 players. They're going to sign Donnarumma and Baleba on deadline day, guys. That's what's going to happen. You heard it here. Look, listen, that's not an inside knowledge. That is just something I'm predicting, okay, guys? Just to let you know, absolutely. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Donnarumma or Baleba, or both of them. Absolutely. Jacob, how much wages do you reckon owning at United? Bloody loads of took of it. Absolutely, mate. I mean, at the end of the day, we got some self-righteous people in my Twitter page today. It's ridiculous. Baleba will be an amazing signing for us. Absolutely, my guy. Big up, Johnson. How you doing, my friend? Generational. Absolutely. Yale, good afternoon. It's a good deal. Also, United get 6 million no fee as his wages are paid. I think it's a great deal, Yale. I really do think that. I think it's a great deal for Rasmus Hojlund. Rasmus Hojlund goes to AC Milan, could kind of reignite his career, so to speak, isn't it? It'd be great for him, in my opinion. It would. Absolutely. Grayo, 50 likes. Come on, guys. Everyone smash the likes and subscribe buttons and show you appreciate the Sal, the brilliant channel. Grayo, much love, brother. You're absolute legend. Much love to you. Really appreciate you every single day, Grayo. Thank you so much, my guy. Absolutely. Rasmus will do to at least go on loan for his own good. I think it will be good for him because at the end of the day, when we're looking at Sesko generally is a fit player and he's always available. So, you know what I would say is that Sesko's going to play almost every game and he's going to want to play almost every game. It's going to be hard for Rasmus to get in the team unless it is the League Cup and the FA Cup. It's going to be difficult. So my advice, I would love Rasmus to say, but I would say, however, there are more important players to lead the football club before Rasmus. There is Anthony, Garnacho, and of course Sancho that need to lead the football club way before Rasmus needs to lead the football club. Absolutely. Soldier, what's going on, Sal? Yeah, big up your chest. Big up my friend, Soldier Rocks. Good to see you, the legend of Soldier Rocks. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well, my guy. Good to see you again. Guys, has anyone seen, what's his name? I've forgotten his bloody name now. Bloody hell, I've forgotten his name. Blackman. What's his name, Blackman? What's his name on KG's channel? What's his name, Blackman? I've missed him, mate. Where's he been? I haven't seen him for ages. I feel sorry for those football players on a hot day. I feel sorry for me because I'll tell you right now, I'm going to show you something, guys, that, you know what? You know, the temperature where I am is like 50 degrees, guys. It's 50 degrees where I am. 50 degrees. Yeah, and I go jogging in it sometimes. We get the receipt, Sal. You have the true to your word. Come on, Coco. Thank you, my brother. Big up, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. And welcome, man. Welcome. I treat everyone here like family, you guys, and hopefully we get a good one, man. Hopefully we do. Carrington looks nice, and that's a plaque with yeah, big up, Kathy. Of course, very important. Not many people are mentioning Kathy, of course, who spent over 50 years, 55 years at Manchester United. My goodness me. RIP Kathy, of course. Absolute legend. Unsung hero, legend at Manchester United, of course. And we were always, I gave her my tributes last year in regards to the passing of Kathy. Privileged to have met her. You know what? Very, very nice person, great person. She's seen some Matt Busby. She's been there when Matt Busby's been there. Do you know what I mean? It's the people, the players that she's seen is just endless. You know, absolutely unbelievable, of course. Click the notification badge as well, guys. Thank you so much, Jacob. Yeah, very important in case we go live of anything breaks, of course, guys. Absolutely. No way you mentioned Coca-Cola. Absolutely. He did mention Coca-Cola, guys. He really did. He did. Big up, everyone. Jacob, I'm not being negative, so I'm just saying I'm choosing Baleba. I'm sorry, we need to see... Football's about opinion, my guy. No, I don't think you're being negative at all. Donnarumma is currently on 209,000 a week, and he's only 26 years old. I think we can get him for probably 180, apparently. Apparently, that's what I'm hearing, but he wants clean sheet bonuses, appearance bonuses, which will work out to about 300 grand a week. We're going to have to play that one by ear, definitely. Big up Milton, Aiden. Title charge. Big up Milton. Let's wait and see. Absolutely. Let's not get... Obviously, we're getting excited, isn't it? Bobby. Chelsea did win the European Cup. Could we win the Prem? I think we can win the Prem. Absolutely. I think we can win the Prem. It's not going to be easy for Man United to win the Prem, but I think we can win the Prem. The way things are going at the moment, I think we can. Absolutely. Sal, believe in 21. Of course I do. Milton. Donnarumma is a fantastic goalkeeper. If he's 26 million, maybe wages be sorted out. I think they will. Absolutely. That is a no-brainer. Getting Donnarumma in this football club is a no-brainer, guys. We should be getting Donnarumma in this football club. He's a great goalkeeper. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sal, do you think that when Garnacho comes to Old Trafford, he will get booed? Look, Man United have notoriously never done that. I mean, it depends how you lead the football club. Of course, we've had the likes of Di Maria come back to Old Trafford and he got absolutely slaughtered. I don't think Man United would do that to Garnacho. However, the way things have gone, it has been a little bit toxic, hasn't it, guys? It has been toxic. And what I would say is that I don't agree with these things, but at the end of the day, if he goes to Chelsea, you know what? We do everything to win the game and to put Garnacho off. You know, we'll have to wait and see. Good day, everyone. Hope you have a nice day. Big up, my friend Yale. Not funny. Eddie Blacks. What's not funny? What, you're not funny, mate? What's not funny? What's going on? Sadly, Chelsea did not come in with a low ball offer of 40 million with add-ons. United told them do not bid 50 million plus. Absolutely. And this is how we should be acting, Yale. This is how we should be acting, guys. We should be acting, guys. We should be acting like a big club. We shouldn't be just selling our players for cheap. We shouldn't. Shoulder Rocks. When we sign Cunha, I bet 50 quid on United to win the league. We will get 3,350. Oh, that's not bad, man. That's not bad. That's worth a flutter, isn't it? 50 quid. It's going to be difficult, though, for Man United to do it this season. But you never know what happens. Obviously, Leicester City won the league, didn't they? At the end of the day, guys, they did. Yale. We can remove Cunha from the PSR of this window. He was put on last year PSR. Absolutely, yes. So in Buma and Sesko counts. Yeah, this year, smart business right there. Absolutely, Yale. It has. You have to give credit where credit's due. Of course, in regards to that, Jim Rackett to the USA held away from the English fans. They hate him. The Americans would love him. Absolutely, Jacob. Natty I hope your dad, your dad. Thank you so much again, Natty. Really appreciate that, my friend. Guys, absolutely. And big up everyone in the chat, by the way. Big up everyone who's joined me today. Absolute legends. Really appreciate you. Please don't forget to put your notifications on, guys. And don't forget to smash a like on the video as well. You never know what's going to break. The way Man United are going at the moment, you never know what's going to break, do you? At the end of the day, guys, absolutely. Big up RJ. How you doing? Get Baleba in now. We're going to try. Man United are going to try, of course, guys. Agil, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I heard a rumor about Stiller. Do you think it's a feasible for Labour or Stiller? I'll be happy with either. It's feasible, mate, definitely. But bear in mind, Angelo Stiller is heavily admired by Real Madrid as well. That's one that Man United, you know, I mean, we don't want to be battling Real Madrid, do we? The new Premier League ball itself is expensive, say about 100 million, I think, famous ball. Big up, my friend. Big up, everyone. Jamie, Sal, look at the bottom here. Indy, you're dropping something tonight. Big up, my friend. No problem, mate. Big up, Jamie. I will check it out, guys. Absolutely. I will definitely check it out. And guys, thank you so much for joining the stream. I will be back tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Guys, news is breaking thick and fast every single hour. And I will be live for it, guys. So, guys, don't forget to smash a like on the way out. I've got 231 in now. Of course, it was about 270. We should be getting 200 likes at least, guys. Come on, guys. Let's smash that like button. Let's get it going. And, guys, look, keep it positive. Keep it zealous. Not overly zealous, of course, but see you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. If nothing else breaks, of course, I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox. See you soon. Take it easy, guys. And thank you for joining me today again. Peace.